Hey there everybody, it's At the Beer Stand back here with some more Forestry. Whoa, hey, another portal. A little more Forestry playthrough action on the Infinity server. Once again, let's get right into it. We've got a lot to cover. Let's not click on things with our chisel. These guys got run all the way through, meaning that our ignoble princesses died. Which is fine. That's the whole reason that we did it. And it got us several stacks of drones. So I went out and got some different bees just recently. Went out and found these sorceress bees, ignoble. So we want to get them cooking, because one of the first things I want to get to is this bee here, a ghastly queen, which requires us to get a few things. But the uses for the ghastly queen, %9 chance at a gas tier. That's the point of that. Could be that by the time we get that, we don't need gas tiers anymore, but that's the goal. I know I said metal bees too, so we can do those things all alongside each other. Now I made a mistake here. Remember we were cloning this bee, and I left it in there, and it also died and left us behind some drones. But we've got all these guys to check out, so let's quicken order up our inventory here. Oh, that doesn't work in there. Okay, there we go. So these were all of our crossbreeds that we were trying to get, so we need to BLize some guys here. Meadows Forest. Meadows, okay, that's junk. And a Meadows Forest. Those are potentially useful, possibly. See, now those are the ones. Remember, I said it's not a good idea to do a cross bee, and that I did specifically so that we could see. Here's what we got out of it. Was basically nothing much. So yeah. I don't know, I kind of think that there's a good chance of getting a mutation that way, but I don't know that it's any better than just a straight bee, to be honest. Let's see what we got. Any mystical forest? Nothing super good. I think I'm just going to recross them for the sake of simplicity. I think we still got a good chance at a mutation there. And we need more honey. Hopefully we've got some. Yep. Mystical forest. Forest common. Okay, so that we'll set him aside. And a mystical forest. Now let's see what happens if we get really crazy. Meadows forest. And a mystical forest. Now let's don't do that. Let's don't do that. See, now what happens here, if we have this common hybrid and we trade it back with one of these guys, we have potential for getting this cultivated. You're always breeding back to the species before. And that'll make more sense as we get farther into this. So we need a cross in that hive. Let's go see what we got in here to cross. I'll worry about cloning bees later. You've seen how to do it, so we don't need to handle that on camera at this point. Water bees need lily pads. I don't think I have any lily... Oh yeah, I do. Let's see if we grab our shears. We can go. I'm going to be moving the sugar cane pretty soon anyway, so we can grab a lily pad, and then we can go ahead and use water bees. That's fine. I just want something that's ignoble. Get them. Oh, here we go. We'll use this guy. That saves us the trouble of having to set up something new. So let's grab one of those guys. Oh, nope, not you. That would be you. The only one we haven't identified. Okay, and then all of these guys are just inventory clutter for now. But I'll get them sorted out later. In the meantime, let's throw on our spectacles and see what we can see. Oh, my boots broke. That's a shame. You know what we don't have are any grafters. Let's grab, looks like probably 2 will do. We'll check in on our trees, and then we'll start talking about our farm again. And hopefully have time to get back to the bees again before we leave for the day. Grafters. Bronze. Easy enough, right? You go through a lot of bronze. A lot of bronze. Making trees. Because we'll do this and we'll get maybe, a dozen saplings and nothing will come out of it. Hello. Punk. Where are we at here? See, you get like a bunch of no inventory space. Okay, well, let's go. I think I have a chest on me. Let's get rid of some inventory clutter. Oh. Yeah, okay, that's great. Oh wait, these are new. We want to identify those. And I know that none of them are what we're after. Oops, almost broke the wrong one. That might be what we're after. Oh, that's what we were looking for, if I remember right, actually. Cherry. Very nice. Take those. I think that's really all we need. We got our cherry tree. Let's take a look at what the cherry tree gets us. Matures average, nothing super special. The interesting thing about the cherry tree is it's the first tree up the chain of this evolution that gets us, well, easier to just show you, in fact. Oops. Let's chop down our trees here. Let's get rid of that guy. It was auto repairing, but now it's just taking up room. Chop down these trees, and then I think we can get breeding to our walnut tree. I believe that's the next stage of the evolution. Let's see where we're at. Chestnut. Yeah, walnut, hill cherry. How do we get walnut? Silver lime and hill cherry. Perfect. Hill cherry. Silver lime. Now we better, these are going to be purebred silver lime, I bet money, because they're stacking. So we'll use those. Hello? Did you, okay, it planted, yeah. I was doing that before too. And I just had some bones on me and oh hey, there they are. I threw them on the ground. Lo and behold, boop. Took all my bones. Whoa, hello. That's a nice hat. I'll take that. Flowers in a hat. Woo! We need more bone meal. Can't believe it took 6 to grow that. Probably because it's all dark and nighttime. And there we go. Getting a little bit of lag. That's kind of frustrating. Let's assume it's going to take 6 to grow the next one, huh? Oh man, blowing stuff up with this pickaxe, it's too powerful. Oh, dang it. Ridiculous, the other one must have gone inside. Okay. Oh. Uh-oh, we got company. Well, let's make sure our bees are turning over here. Very good, very good. Bone meal you. Not gonna work. Too dark. Stupid thing about that is I probably even have torches on me. There we go. Yeah, we'll just let that grow. Forget it. Okay, onward and upward. Oh, server lag. I moved the farm up because having it down inside the hill just didn't fit into my plans. So that is the area that the farm works. Now it used to be that was the area, roughly give or take a few blocks, that the largest size, the 5x5 farm, worked. The farms are almost double the size they used to be. So that is what we have to work with now. We're gonna refer to the wiki page here. If we hold tight just 1 second while my computer catches up. There we go. We want to talk about farm configuration. This is the Forestry site. It gives us some ideas. Now there are two kinds of farms. We have managed farms and manual farms. Manual farms means you have to set everything up, you have to plant all the crops, and then it will harvest things for you. But it won't plant anything, it won't do anything extra for you. It just passively harvests things like cactus and sugar cane, right? What we want for this one is a managed farm, which does everything for us. We want specifically an arboretum. That gets us wood saplings, whatever kind of tree we put in there, right? We want a peat bog because we're going to use that for power. And then we want a vegetable farm because I think we want to do either carrots or potatoes. I'm not 100% certain on which yet. I think probably potatoes. That'll be just a little bit of a food source. Okay, so we need copper, actually 2 copper, tin, and iron, and these are the electron tubes that we need. So that'll make sense in a minute. Copper, tin, 2 copper, a tin, and an iron. Now, this page tells us lots of good stuff as well. This shows us the sizes, but oh wait, this is not the right. No, I think it was on this page still. Yes, the farm orientation. There should be a diagram. Where's the diagram here? Well, we'll just have to show it in game, but this is the important part. North, south, west, east. That's the circuit diagram that we're going to use. Let's get back to Minecraft. Let's put our helmet back on and stow some of these tools that we're not using. Right? Very good. So what that means, the farm is split into sections. So you can see I've got a little bit of an outline here. That's the north section, is just the one thin strip, and then we'll have a corresponding thin section on this side. That'll be the south strip. And then we have these 2 arrow-shaped sections on the west and east sides that we can set. So what we're going to do is we're going to set these 2 larger sides to trees. And this is going to get us wood and charcoal, and depending on what kind of trees we plant, maybe other things too. And then this one here will be our peat bog, and then over here we'll have our food crop. So, since we're flying, we might as well just fly. I think we made this and left it inside the carpenter. Yes, intricate circuit board. Now how this works, if we take our soldering iron, you right click this. Now you can choose, we want to go to a managed farm, and then you can put your electron tubes here and your circuit board there, and it gets you what you need. But let's go ahead and get that stuff made, and you can see it all in action. So we needed copper. It's 5 copper, tin, and iron, and then we need some redstone. 2, 4, 6 redstone. We need our thermionic fabricator and 2 pieces of glass should do. And just get, I put asphalt down out here and it makes you run real fast. It's kind of fun. We'll just make these things up right quick. Powering up, yep. Oh, it's even got our old recipe in there. Oh, come to think of it, I think we have 10 electron tubes, don't we? Pretty sure we do. So we don't even have to make that one. Let's make copper. What's liquid glass? Oh yeah, probably got to put that in. There we go. Irons and let's go ahead and break you. We lose a little bit of glass, but I'm quite certain that we had some electron tubes left. Question is, what random chest did they get put in? That one. Okay, so once again, soldering iron. Managed farm. Let's see, the arboretum was copper. So it's north, south, west, east. So copper is going to go in the west and the east. And it doesn't really matter. The iron, we can, whatever. It doesn't matter which order we put those in. And you want to make sure, and this may have been corrected, but just to be on the safe side, my suggestion is you put the tubes in first, and you put the circuit board in second, because there's no takebacks. Vegetable farm, peat farm, arboretum, arboretum. Very good. So that is one of the many things that the MultiFarm can do for you that can be particularly difficult to accomplish with other harvesting mechanics. Is it allows you to configure this, and you can just change the circuit board if you want a different farm. Now the next thing we need to do is supply water. And the easiest way, I think, to do that is simply with an Ender IO reservoir. It's even a little simpler, I think, than an aqueous extruder. I mean, an aqueous accumulator, igneous extruder. Jeez. So let's make one of them. We need, I've got 1, but we need 4, so that's useless to us. So we're going to need 2 cauldrons. And some fused quartz. Gonna need more than that, so let's do that real quick. And some glass. 12 of those. Yes, please. And we'll need a bucket. I think we're done with the soldering iron for now. And we're done with the thermionic fabricator. And we're done with those guys. And we've got an inventory full of saplings, which is standard. Bees and trees. In fact, very soon we'll be making apiarist chests and apiarist backpacks and all of that good rot. I will probably treatilize all of this later. It's a pretty tedious thing to watch, and then we'll go through, and generally speaking, you're not going to have anything that's very interesting going on here. Every once in a while, you do get kind of a random trait that gets spit out, so it's a good idea to look at your trees anyway. Like, you might get a fast maturation without having to breed to that. So that's a good thing. These are going to take some time. I've been trying to wait a little while between episodes so that it could see like these guys haven't even moved. They have not done... Oh, these guys have. Oh. Yeah, it's just rainy. What about you guys? Nobody in there. Nobody's home. How did I manage that? Not paying attention, Stan. Oh, treealizer. Ridiculous. Forest. Well, that's not very exciting. So we'll get some more crossbreeds going in there. Let's grab ourselves a... Throw that in there for now. It won't do anything while it's raining, but it'll be there when it's not. Grab ourselves a bucket. Bucket of the liquid stuff. Let's fly. Ooh. Now you can see we put the valve on the top, which maybe we want to consider moving for aesthetic purposes. I was thinking about making a pool with an aqueous accumulator up here, but I think we'll just do this. And maybe I'll put it underground later. We'll see. Jetpacks are great, but you need to have a little bit of power in order to really have much fun with them. But I'm willing to burn a little bit for the sake of not filming myself jump up and down hills all day long. So now we got water. We need to give it some... Oh, okay. So now let's talk about another interesting aspect of the MultiFarm. It needs a substrate, which needs to be some sort of material out of which you can make the farm block. So some sort of brick or chiseled sandstone or quartz pillars, or you saw basically. So let's grab 4 stacks of this stuff. Make ourselves some stone brick. Now I'm not 100% sure how I want to lay this out, but we can talk about what our options are. Now this substrate can be... Let's grab a shovel. It can go on any level, any of the levels, of the 4 levels of the block of the farm itself, or the level 1 below. Now I'm not sure where I want everything to go, but I do know that I want the peat bog at the lowest possible level. So we're gonna fill this in with stone bricks. Now why is this interesting? Because if I were to, for example, not put anything in that spot, now the farm will only place peat on these 6 and the remainder out here, and it will not farm if I put some other block in here, it will treat that area as not farmable. So it gives you the ability to totally customize the shape of your farm very easily. And you can even change it on the fly just by adding or removing stone bricks. So that is going to be the area where we have the peat bog. Now let's say, just for grins, that we want to kill a zombie. Please select Enderium pickaxe. Oh, here's his twin brother. I see him on the map. They're coming for me. Where are they? Yep. One more. Where are you at? Two more. Okay. Okay, just die! Jeez. Can a guy build a farm? Let's say, just for grins, that we want the wheat to grow even with the top of the farm. So we want to, because it's going to put dirt on top, right? So we want to put our substrate one level down from where we actually want crops to grow. Now, an interesting thing about this, and I actually, you know what, let's try this, because last time I tried MultiFarms was long ago on the Minecraft pack, and frankly it didn't work very well. It was nice of you to wander in front of me so that I knew you were there. But I think what we actually might be able to do, I never got wheat to grow at all on a MultiFarm. The early version of Forestry was pretty buggered up. Actually, that might have been a server issue with permissions, now that I think of it. Is it just an endless line of zombies? Conga line? Where? Let's just go sleep. This is ridiculous. Literally 1,000 zombies. And I'm hungry. Oh, not getting much building done. Yeah, so was never able to get the farm to properly create a to even create the wheat farm itself, to like place the blocks and place the water and do all that good stuff. Let's grab a couple of stacks of dirt, and yeah, we'll get to that next. Okay, that's enough zombie place. So let's try this. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but I like to experiment, so let's try this. Let us also put a layer of this down here, and then here's my thought. Okay, so the dirt will sit on top of this, and then on top of the dirt would be the wheat, right? And that gives us enough room, actually, with a block to spare. If we put this up here, we might be able to actually grow 2 layers of wheat. So let's try that and see if it works. This will be a little experiment, which would be another way in which this MultiFarm turns out to be superior to some of the other options. So, whoa, oh, I'm flying. More. Good. Yeah. Now we need to put some dirt in here. That. And we need fertilizer. So let's see about making some fertilizer. And I believe, I have not tested this, and I will at some point, and I'll let you guys know, but I'm not going to try it on camera because it's a whole bunch of extra steps that we don't need to take right now. Uses for that: ash and apatite gets us bunches. You know what, we didn't check the other recipes though. Nope, nothing useful. So ash. better than the other recipe. That'll be the other advantage of using these peat-fired engines to power our farm, is we'll have a steady supply of ash. So, for now, we'll just do this here. Eventually, I think we'll move a project table over there and have it set up just to do this. Actually, well, that's enough appetite. That's enough fertilizer to last us quite some time. It doesn't take very much. So, fertilizer goes here. Now we need power. I know we're going to use peat engines in the long term, but for the time being, let's just go and steal our Stirling generator from here, because I want you guys to see this in action this episode, and I'll worry about getting peat engines automated and tricked out in between. Coal, that's what I was after. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Okay. Where's power? Power over here. I'm not actually 100% sure if this works directly connected or not. Only thing we're missing now are seeds, but I thought it would place dirt without seeds. So let's go grab some carrots and some wheat seeds. Oh no, some carrots and some bog earth. I think we've got some bog earth here. A little bit of that. Oh, let's just do potatoes. That's annoying. That should do. Oh, we didn't pick any of them up. Brilliant. Okay. Right. And let's check on you. Oh, okay, so no power. There it goes. Bink, bink, bink. Bog earth. That would be for the carrots, rather. So it's placing dirt. Now let's pop in some bog earth and see what she does. Oh, did I do it backwards? I must have just built it backwards. Shame on me. And potatoes. Potatoes. There we go. Awesome. Why no bog earth? Maybe this is confusing it. Okay, so let's take this out and see if it figures out what to do. Not doing. Wow, that's a little bit frustrating. I'm sure we'll get it figured out in due time, but for the moment, let's continue to explore the versatility of the MultiFarm. Lastly, I think one of the most fascinating features is let's do something like this. I should not have gotten rid of that dirt. I need a dummy. See where I'm going with this? Oops. Oops again. See how you can grow things on multiple levels. Now we're going to have to do something here because we're going to be interfering with our hatch. We actually need this space to be empty. So that's a consideration. We may have wanted to put our substrate up one level, but we'll get that sorted. For now, I'm going to go and place the rest of this and then I'll be back. Alright guys, well, I got this little kind of half hill built, but as you can see, the farm is not doing anything. It planted the potatoes, but it's not doing anything over here, and it should be. I've set these up many times and it should absolutely be working right now, so it's probably something in the configuration files on the server, maybe something with permissions or something we got to get set up. So I'll have the chat with the server host Zuka0 and see if we can't get that sorted out. In the meantime, let's just grind on some bees, because that's really the core of what we're at. Anyway, bees is everything. Bees are life. What we got going in there? Nothing. Ooh, look at that. A common drone. Our inventory is destroyed. What are we going to do about that? Oh my goodness. There's nowhere to put anything. Most of this stuff we don't even need. Just real quick and throw away some junk. That's a little bit better anyway. Put some stuff away. Even better. Alright, let's see what we got. Common drone, that's what we're after. That's the first mutation. That's any two bees crossed gets you a common drone. Also, if you'll notice in here, look at this, there's 3 drones. I am pretty sure that was not anything that, I don't think we left anything in there, so see there, 3 times as an inactive trait. That's good stuff. Not sure which bee that came from. Forest common, that's happy. Common meadows. We really need a purebred bee. Meadows common. Forest meadows. We should probably breed this with that's fine. One of 2 things will happen in this case. It will either mutate, which is a slim chance. It would be the cross of the meadows, the 1/2 meadows with the forest. So you got a 1/4% chance times whatever the mutation chance is, or some nonsensical number, I don't know. Or it will just breed through to a pure forest bee, and then we can cross it again. So that's a 1 generation, like a clone basically, with the chance of a mutation. Hey, look at that, we're still getting mutations. That's great. There we go. There we go. See, common princess, purebred. That's gold right there. And a meadows common, which is meh. See, now we have a tough choice to make here. Do we try to go for a purebred common drone, crossbreed a couple more times, grind it out just a little bit, and guarantee ourselves when we breed this queen or this princess that we're going to get purebred common drones every time? Or do we cross it with one of these guys, like maybe this, and have a chance of, slim chance, but potentially a chance of losing the strain altogether, or actually breeding it out? I've seen it happen, even with just this 1/4 little bit of meadows bee in here. But I think I'm feeling lucky, and that we can go ahead and breed this bee through. And then we need to get something going in this last apiary. So we don't want to breed that. We don't want to breed these, not yet. Preferably not at all. That's really hard and long and tedious. It's going to take like 8 or 9 or maybe a dozen cycles to get that stabilized. So forest drone, let's go see what we got for princesses now. Something, the sorcerer's princess will work. Yeah, easy. Okay, I'm just gonna stand around, maybe dink around working on the base just a little bit, and I'll cut back in when we've got a cycle. Alright, real quick while we're waiting, and since we have to wait, let's grab a bucket, and we're gonna learn about a new mechanic. Put a bucket in there, we get a bucket of seed oil, and then we can drop it in our carpenter. Convenient, yeah. And 2 logs gets us impregnated sticks. We're going to use those, lots of them, in times to come. In fact, we're probably going to set up a designated carpenter just to make these. 8 will do. And oops. We're going to make impregnated frames. Oh, we need some string. Okay, well, we got that. Oh my, I cannot do anything. It's the asphalt. That was great. Okay, impregnated frame. And then what we want to make what this will do is increase the productivity of the bees. But what we're interested in is this, the chocolate frame. We need some cocoa beans. What the chocolate frame does, hopefully I've got some cocoa beans. I totally don't have any cocoa beans. Wow, that's a bummer. That's a huge bummer. In fact, that downright sucks. I don't really want to take the time to go find some cocoa beans right now. Well, what the chocolate frames do is they speed up the bees. Ooh, they speed them up. They make them die faster. So you've got, we're not getting anywhere waiting around in the dark. Bees don't breed in the dark. Not yet anyway. Well, we're going to work on that. The rocky bees have the cave dwelling trait that we can breed in, and we'll get to that, and we'll get us some cave dwelling bees. Ultimately, that saves you quite a bit of resources, having some good base bees. Where are we at? Not too close. Okay, well, barring so the frames anyway, you can put up to 3 in an apiary, and they go in these slots here. So you could put one of these impregnated frames and a chocolate frame, and the chocolate frames, like I said, speed up the cycle of the bee, and the soul frames, really? Soul frames increase the chance of a mutation. So we're going to be interested in acquiring both of those things in the near future. I'll be back when these guys are done cooking. Okay, so look at what we got here. Here's the issue that you face. But this is not a bad thing, because necessarily anyway, let's see what we got. Could potentially be a bad thing. Meadows cultivated. See, that's not a great thing. This, oh, that's really not a very good thing at all. Common meadows. Common meadows. So, not such a great thing. Well, let's talk about this for a second. See, we bred, primarily anyway, I know there were some other things involved, but we bred a forest and a meadows, and we got a common. Now, what happened was we had a little bit of meadows in with that. Remember, it was a quarter. One half of one of those bees was meadows, and that crossed with the common and got us the cultivated trait. That's how that cultivated right here snuck in there. That's what that comes from. See, that's what I'm saying, like it's always one backwards, and then if you take that cultivated that would be right here and you cross it back with this one, that gets you to the next one, and then if you take that one and cross it with this one, that gets you to the next one, and then you kind of go crazy places from there. But that's the general, it's always in families, and you'll see that trend. Whatever, you'll get some cross that opens up in a family, and then you breed it back, and then you breed it back, and then you breed it back, and usually that's the end of the chain, 3 or 4 bees. So it's just about unlocking all the different crossbreeds and then progressing through the family tree. So I think, see, here's a pretty good, I think we're just going to charge through. We're going to get a little bit crazy. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Let's see what that is. That potentially changes everything, the entire equation. Common meadows. That doesn't help so much. Purebred forest. How does that even happen? Where did these guys? Oh, are those even the right bees? Yeah, those. Did I even grab the bees? What happened there? Common meadow. And 2 purebred forest drones. That's really weird stuff right there. So this actually has a pretty strong chance of producing. Let's just get crazy. We're gonna throw a common meadows in with. Where did my common drones go? What is going on? Did I not? One of them's up here. Oh, and the other one is in my hotbar. Okay, I'm tripping balls. I'll tell you what. We're just gonna do that. And we're going to do this. That's a little bit crazy, but maybe we'll get us a cultivated bee out of it. I'll be back. Alright guys, check this out. This looks pretty promising. That's 3, at least, with the common. Oh, very nice, very nice. Oh, and those even stacked. That's potentially really good. Let's see what we got in here. Common, very nice. Common cultivated, 2 of those, really. Common meadows, not so interesting. Common cultivated, that's potentially very useful. Common meadows. And here we are right back where we started. Oh, there was some very interesting things going on the side. I think we got time for 1 or 2 more generations before we cut this episode, so let's do these 2 and these 2 and see where that gets us. That's going to be real interesting. This might just breed true. That would be very interesting, though they're not very useful. We'll see what we can do with that. I have maybe a potential idea. Anyway, I'll be back. Alright, so we're kind of going around in circles here a little bit, it feels like, but maybe we'll get somewhere. Oh my. Diligent, cultivated, and common, all in the same box. That's a trip. Okay, and I forgot all about these guys down here. That's a lot of beelizing. What we got here? Meadows common. Okay. Common. That's potent stuff. Forest sorceress. I don't even know. Common forest, common sorceress, forest sorceress. That's interesting. Common cultivated. Diligent, that's a purebred. So the way that works, let's review. This is how we got where we are. Common, cultivated, diligent. Now what happens here is there's another cross between common and cultivated that can get you diligent, and it can also get you majestic, noble, yeah. And then those are each 3. Diligent, unweary, something else. Industrious, yes. And then noble, majestic, and imperial. And these 2 here, the industrious and the imperial, are really your entry level into bees. They're what you need to get started. I mean, all this is good and it's fun and educational, but these 2 are what we really are after by any means necessary. So this is some sloppy, truly sloppy breeding taking place right now. Freely admit that, but it's moving us along. Maybe. Meadows common. Meadows common. That would be interesting to see what happens if we do that. Forest sorceress. Let's throw these guys in a box and see what happens. That could be good fun. And then, didn't we have another princess? Did I hang her on the wall? Yeah, that's our diligent princess. I think we want to keep the diligent princess intact and try to get a diligent drone. That's a truly, like, these things we don't need. So, like, whether we keep these strains alive or not doesn't really matter, but when we start to get to these over here, we definitely need to keep them around. They're the crossbreeding. Actually, that's not true. We're going to need common and cultivated too. They're important for crossbreeds. They're definitely not particularly important for produce. So, where are we at? Meadows common. Yeah. Didn't we have a purebred common? Let's do that. Wasn't there a common cultivated? Yeah, let's do this. And see what happens. We'll do one more generation, and then we'll see where we're at. We'll probably cut after that. Alright, so that one just finished up. We got a common princess, cultivated drone. These are effectively 2 separate processes now, so we don't even need to examine them together. Common. I think we have a common. Yeah, there we have it. Common. We stabilized that. What else we got? Cultivated common. That's good stuff. Meadows common, not so much. So now we're going to take these guys and toss them in here and let them go to town. Let's see what we got next door. I don't know why. Sorceress common. Oops. Roll 1. Common sorceress. So basically the same, but with slightly different traits. That one's got a 3 times fertility on it. Tolerant flyer means it works in the rain. We haven't really been looking at the second page, but there's a whole bunch of stuff over here that's interesting too. 2 times fertility. I didn't catch the fertility on this guy 3 times, so that's good. I think we'll just let them keep going through and see what comes out. Alright. I'm going to call it there. That's a pretty good episode. Feeling we got good progress. Got our common bee stabilized. That took 5 generations. Believe it or not, it seemed like a little bit more, but that was five life cycles. Oh, and one last thing. We were talking about frames. There are frame. There are a few different ones. You can see there's all these different things. I'm not even sure what they all do, but I do know that you can find this one in a dungeon chest, the Oblivion frame. And that one is super awesome because what it does is it cuts the life cycle of the bee to like 29 seconds, which is 1 apiary tick. Maybe 21. I'm pretty sure it's 29. It's been a while, but I believe it's 29 ticks. Or 29 seconds. I think it's 29 seconds is 1 apiary tick. And yeah, so then you can breed bees really, really fast. Alright guys, well, you guys make sure that you leave me a like down there, and if you're liking the series, definitely subscribe so that you can stay abreast of the most current developments. We're going to be really, really getting into some good stuff here, and I think we're gonna segue right into the Gendustry mod, because this only remains fun for so long, to be honest. Like breeding and breeding and breeding. It's a good time, and we can automate it. We can build some cool automation, and we're going to work through some of that using apiarist pipes and some buildcraft pipes. And we're going to definitely do that. But Gendustry really gives you a lot more ability to just pick and choose your bees. So we'll at some point we'll just opt out and take the shortcut, but we'll stick with it for a good long while and get ourselves a couple of dozen species of bee maybe before we jump into that. And yeah, you all have a super good day. I'm Atherbeeristan. It's been fun chatting with y'all. Take care.